Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. The Interactive Resource Center, or IRC, is planning to begin the first phase of its shift from daytime services to around-the-clock operations. This will enable the agency to better address issues of homelessness in the community. The program, called the IRC Drop-In Center, provides individuals experiencing homelessness with a network of services in one location. Earlier this year, the Greensboro City Council allocated IRC funding to support the 24/7 service expansion. When fully operational, the program will provide the following resources: a safe and sanitary space for people to be sheltered from the elements, eliminating temperature requirements for emergency shelter; increased access to fundamental services such as restrooms, showers, laundry facilities, storage lockers, and phones into the evening and overnight hours. Evening case management will connect guests to mainstream benefits and increase likelihood of housing program success. Greensboro Mayor Nancy Vaughn said over the past year the city has implemented safe parking, pallet shelters, and now funding to support 24/7 services to the unhoused. This program will expand services to hundreds of individuals in need of resources throughout our community. The IRC welcomes donations, which include goods and supplies. To make a donation, visit the IRC website. The Greensboro City Council approved an agreement with the North Carolina Department of Transportation in the amount of $2.5 million. This funding is for the A&Y Greenway Bridge Replacement Project over Lake Brant, adjacent to Burmill Park. The existing bridge is closed due to structural deficiencies and related safety concerns identified in a structural engineering assessment of the Greenway's two bridges spanning Lake Brant. These state funds will be used to design and construct the replacement bridge as soon as possible with an expedited project development process. Federal funding will cover 80% of the project. The Greensboro Urban Metropolitan Planning Organization is seeking $2 million in federal funds, which will be combined with a $500,000 local match. The design and permitting is anticipated to begin early next year, with construction in 2025 due to the sensitive watershed habitat surrounding the bridge, permitting requirements, and project complexity. Letitia McNeil, manager of the city's Office of Community Safety, has been appointed to the Community Violence Advisory Board. The board is affiliated with the state's newly created Office of Violence Prevention. According to the North Carolina Department of Public Safety, McNeil and her fellow advisory board members will provide guidance to the Office of Violence Prevention and assist in developing its strategic plan for reducing violence. McNeil said this is an opportunity for the collaborative spirit and innovative practices we currently have within the city of Greensboro to be on full display. I am looking forward to working with my fellow board members to create lasting impact and foster a safer, more peaceful North Carolina for us all. The Office of Violence Prevention was established in March in coordination with the Department of Health and Human Services. It will use a public health approach to implement a statewide strategy for reducing violence. Cone Health has partnered with the city to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's News for Your Health.
Over 1 in 3 Americans ages 18 and older have prediabetes. What is it and how can you reduce your risks? Prediabetes is when you have a blood glucose or blood sugar level which is higher than normal but not quite high enough to be diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. You can reduce your risk of prediabetes and prevent it from furthering to type 2 diabetes by several things. One, you can eat a well-balanced diet, which includes fruits, vegetables, calcium-rich foods, whole grains, and protein foods. Also, you could exercise at least 150 minutes a week, which is equivalent to 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. And you can also work with a registered dietitian who will help establish long-lasting healthy habits which are specific for you. Individuals who are at a higher risk of becoming pre-diabetic are those that are ages 45 years or older, who also have a BMI or body mass index of 25 or greater. Also, individuals who are 45 years old or younger who have the BMI of 25 or higher, along with high blood pressure or high cholesterol or a history of type 2 diabetes in their family or have a history of inactivity. So there are certain races and ethnicities who are more at risk: African Americans, Native Americans, Asian Americans, Latino, and Pacific Islanders. There are no clear signs and symptoms of prediabetes, which is why it's important to have routine visits with your primary care physician, because you may have it and not know it. When you go to your primary care provider, there are several tests that can be done to diagnose prediabetes. One test is a hemoglobin A1C and having a value between 5.7 and 6.4, or having a fasting blood glucose test done and your value is between 100 and 125 milligrams per deciliter, or having an oral glucose tolerance test done where your 2-hour blood glucose level reads between 140 and 199 milligrams per deciliter. So one thing that comes up a lot with, especially with the exercise, you don't have to do 30 minutes in one lump sum. You can do 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, as long as you're getting that 30 minutes within that 24-hour period. And that can be anything that gets your heart rate pumping. So if it's taking the stairs instead of taking the elevator, you don't have to make a total lifestyle change at one time. You can take small steps by, for instance, if you're skipping meals or if you miss breakfast or miss lunch, try incorporating that meal so that you're getting at least 3 meals a day. Also too, when you go to the shopping center, instead of hunting down that first parking space, you can park farther away, getting some extra steps. It is proven that when you make interventions such as lifestyle change, including changing your eating habits, having a well-balanced diet, increasing your physical activity, you can prolong being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Thank you for joining me. I hope this information has been helpful. To learn more, go to conehealth.com/diabetes. I am Donetta Floyd.
Another Greensboro property has been added to the Guilford County Historic Registry, and the fishing season is open at Lake Higgins. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. During its November 21st meeting in the public hearing portion of the agenda, the Greensboro City Council approved the designation of the Bradshaw Freeman House. The property, located at 603 North Church Street, is a Guilford County historic landmark. This property is significant because it is a modern-day example of Frank Lloyd Wright's Prairie School with an intact arts and crafts interior. In other council news, under general business, City Council approved an ordinance to establish the budget for the 2022 Transportation Bond Funds. On July 26, 2022, Greensboro voters approved $15 million in general obligation bonds to construct various transportation capital projects and street and sidewalk projects. Last but not least, City Council approved a resolution with Samet Corporation not to exceed $1.5 million for repairs to the Belmead parking deck. The Office of Sustainability and Resilience is inviting nonprofit organizations, educational institutions, community groups, businesses, and other interested parties to set up a booth. The displays will be part of the City of Greensboro's Earth Day Festival taking place at Keeley Park from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, April 20th, 2024. To ensure a display booth is available, reserve a space now by registering online. Participating groups must coordinate an interactive activity of their choice. Sales will not be permitted and electricity is not available. A table and chairs will be provided. The festival will include a wide range of activities and educational opportunities, such as tutorials of environmentally friendly lawn care practices, demos of renewable energy technology, and animal interactions. The Office of Sustainability and Resilience will also name the winners of the 2024 #LiveGreen Award during this event. The festival is expected to draw a large crowd and several vendors. For more information about becoming a vendor or a sponsor, contact the Resilience Project Coordinator, Katie Farina, at 336-373-2712. The Taylor Turner Hatchery Pond at Lake Higgins has been restocked with fish, and it's open for fishing. The cost to fish is $2 plus $5 per pound for the trout you catch. Anglers must be at least 16 years old and have a valid inland North Carolina fishing license. A license can be purchased at the marina or online from the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission. A trout stamp is not required. All fish caught must be weighed and kept. This is not a catch and release program. Trout fishing is open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Tuesdays through Sundays until February or while the supply lasts. For more information, call the marina at 336-373-3739 or visit the city's website. The community is rallying around the activities for this year's One City, One Book selection. Coming up after the break, we'll give you a rundown of the upcoming events that will take us into the new year. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One City, One Book is well underway as the community is collectively reading the Carolina Table, North Carolina Writers on Food. Joining me now to tell us about how the timetable for One City, One Book is changing is Beth Sheffield. She is the manager of major programming at the Greensboro Public Library. Hello, Beth. Welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me today.
Well, thank you for coming back. Always good to see you.
Good, nice to see you.
Well, One City, One Book has been well in the works, and traditionally the programming falls in the fall season.
Yes.
But now it's expanding. So tell us about that and why the change.
Yes, so One City, One Book has been going on every other year since about 2002. And this year, because of the community impact of the Carolina Table, the book is about community and food and getting people together to talk about those issues, about sustainability in our area. We thought about expanding it. There's just so many opportunities with programming. There are 33 authors featured in the book. Wow. And so we just thought we would expand it through May of this year.
2024,
yes.
More to come. Now, if people want to get the book and you're in a group, maybe a community group, a book club, is there a set of the Carolina Table available through the library?
Yes, the library has circulating individual copies, but we also have something that's very unique to our library. We check out book club sets of 15 books for a community group or a local book club to read for a period of 6 to 9 weeks. And we are happy to help find facilitators, especially around for the book Carolina Table.
Okay, so there's no need to fret. You don't have to buy it. You can just check it out. Your group can collectively get this. You don't have to rush. You're not asking them to read it in 6 days. You get a whole 6 to 9 weeks, which is comforting to some, I'm sure. So before we wrap it up, you do have ongoing events. As you said, you're expanding into 2024. So tell us, what can we look forward to?
We're really excited. We have a cinema series going on at the Hemphill Library branch, featuring a movie about food every month. It's typically on a Tuesday. This month in December, it's about Caribbean food. There's all genres of food all the way through May, and they are one Tuesday a month at the Hemphill branch. We also are featuring authors. So on January 27th, an author that is in the book, Jill McCorkle, will be here for our Book Lovers Social and Author Day. And we will also feature local authors in the community at this event. It's a celebration of books and reading, and we're really excited about it.
Fantastic. Well, I know One City, One Book is really that thing that engages our community. So thank you, Beth, for keeping us engaged. Congratulations on expanding the calendar and the scheduled events. We do hope you'll come back and let us know about other great programs at the library.
Thank you. One more program on the 9th of January at the Kathleen Clay Branch. We are going to Zoom with some international authors featuring a book called Perfectly Good Food, Total Achievable Zero Waste Approach to Home Cooking. So it's a look at sustainability and also environmental impact of food waste, but it's also with some international authors, and that's at 12 o'clock on January 9th.
Perfect. We will tune in. Thank you, Beth.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for some interesting and useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. The City Council has resumed meeting in the Katie Dorset Council Chamber on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building, located at 300 West Washington Street. The public is allowed in person, but only in a limited capacity. Those who choose not to be in the building can participate virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. The Greensboro Planning Department has released the latest quarterly update summarizing the most important projects and trends shaping our city. Here are a few examples highlighted in the fourth quarter. The Greensboro Police Department and Old Ashboro neighborhood hosted a neighborhood cleanup, which created an opportunity to support the goals and strategies related to the GSO 2040 big idea of creating great spaces. In other updates, the city's Doorway project is again providing temporary winter housing for the unhoused, which also relates to creating great spaces. The pallet shelters advance the GSO 2040 goal of ensuring the availability of supportive and transitional housing. Last but not least, a feasibility study is currently underway for an East Greensboro Greenway. City staff will determine potential routes for the 5-mile corridor that could connect downtown to recreational and cultural destinations in East Greensboro. This study contributes to the goals and strategies of becoming car optional. Stay up to date on GSO 2040 implementation by signing up to receive an email whenever a new report is posted online. To subscribe, simply submit your contact information on the e-Notify webpage and select GSO 2040 in the News section. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, prepare to mark your calendars for the places to go and things to do on the town.
I'm Dave, and here's some of the special events happening this week on the town. The Greensboro Symphony Orchestra presents Elf in Concert December 15th at the Tanger Center. The orchestra will perform award-winning composer John Debney's heartwarming score, while the favorite holiday film is projected onto a 40-foot screen. Don't be a cotton-headed ninny-muggins. Get your tickets at the Tanger box office or online at tangercenter.com. The Hemphill Branch Library hosts a free Winter Wonderland Festival on December 16th. Welcome winter with this mini festival full of crafts and snacks. Your family will enjoy making sensory snow globes, bird feeders, and beaded snowflake ornaments. Learn more online at greensborolibrary.org. The Miriam Brenner Children's Museum sponsors special Kwanzaa programming at noon on December 16th. The Greensboro Kwanzaa Collective will be on hand to read a story and get the kids dancing. The programming is included with the regular cost of admission to the museum. Learn more online at mbcmuseum.com. The Greensboro Ballet performs 3 shows of The Nutcracker December 16th and 17th at the festively decorated Carolina Theater. Relive the story of a girl who receives a Nutcracker doll as a gift and is soon transported on a dreamy adventure to the familiar music by Tchaikovsky. Get your tickets at the box office or online at carolinatheater.com. Multi-platinum certified rap superstar Kevin Gates performs at the Greensboro Coliseum December 16th. DJ Chose hosts the Only the Generals tour, which includes Big X The Plug. The Louisiana rapper has over 6 billion streams, 6 billion views, and many platinum and gold certifications. Buy tickets at the Coliseum box office or online at greensborocoliseum.com. Stay tuned to FYI Weekly for more happenings on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. The City of Greensboro's Office of Sustainability and Resilience has launched its Greensboro Sustainable Landscapes Project. This encourages residents and local businesses to participate in the Leave the Leaves campaign. It's as simple as pledging to either leave the leaves on your lawn or mulch them instead of raking and bagging them. If you take the pledge, you qualify to receive a custom Leave the Leaves yard sign. Anyone who takes the pledge also will be eligible for a contest to recognize Greensboro's best sustainable lawn or garden next spring. The Greensboro Sustainable Landscapes Project is an educational initiative in partnership with multiple city departments and community partners. The goal is to encourage residents to use environmentally friendly landscaping practices to enhance the natural environments in and around their homes and place of business. To learn more about the Greensboro Sustainable Landscapes Project or to take the pledge to leave the leaves, visit the city's website. Coming up after the break is our Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to the City of Greensboro. The Greensboro Mayor's Committee for Persons with Disabilities successfully hosted its 38th annual Shoppers Day. Volunteers were paired with more than 1,100 shoppers of varying abilities. This event emphasizes the importance of inclusion, empathy, acceptance, and compassion while allowing volunteers to make a new friend and gain valuable insights from persons who are differently abled. The day includes holiday treats, a visit with Santa, and free gift wrapping. As one of this year's volunteers, I can vouch for the fact that a great time was had by all. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM, 100.7 FM, and 90.5 FM. Be sure to download both weekly podcasts, Talk City Greensboro and Connect GSO. Plus, GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.